Game Demo.
So my name's John Williamson. I'm the producer and designer of the Saw video game franchise. We're here at Konami's Gamers Night in San Francisco, and we're in the opening level of the game. We're a little bit into the action, and we're just going to continue forward. So right now, we've just jumped over this chasm behind us, and we're kind of stuck in this space, and we need to find our way out. And in this case, I'm just going to take this bat and open up this wall. So one of the things we're trying to do in the sequel is give you a lot more things to do, a lot more things to interact with, a lot more deadly actions occur. It's still Jigsaw's world, so there's lots of danger around every corner, both for us as well as the other victims in the traps. So we're using the Unreal 3 engine with the latest rev, which includes the light mask technology. So we've got a lot more dynamic lights going on this time around. And again, we're trying to have a much wider range of activities in the sequel than we had in the first one. So there's a lot more different environments that we had in the first one. In the first game, it primarily took place in an abandoned asylum. And this time around, we take place in about 5 different environments. Try to add a lot of things like rats to populate the world. So we've added a bunch of new mini games this time around. They're all new to the sequel. Everything from an improved lockpick mechanic, which hopefully I'll make through on the first try, but I didn't. And so a new, more actiony lockpick environment. We try to incorporate a lot more little vignettes throughout the game just to tell some more of what's going on in the world. Keep the player motivated and going through. And then because it's Jigsaw's world, naturally everything we go through is going to be a little bit dangerous. But if you pay attention, you can escape everything. And again, more of the vignettes populating the world. Jigsaw always has other victims besides just us. And probably the biggest change we've made in the sequel is the combat. So there's 2 types of combat in the game. There's direct hand-to-hand combat, and then there's more logic-based combat. And this is an example of more of the logic-based combat. So again, the world is populated by other tortured souls from Jigsaw's universe. If we pay enough attention, though, every time a new one is revealed, there's additional clues to help us out. And so this guy in particular is just out to get us. His event is to try to get us. And so to get us, we quickly learn that we need to open up, watch our step, and open up another way to get rid of him. And since he'll only run in a straight line, we need to lead him over to how to get rid of him. And then only once we do that will Jigsaw open the door for us to progress through the level. So some of the other changes we've made to the game is that we have a lot of reasons to replay the game. We have a lot of collectible Billy puppets in the game, and those are more difficult puzzles, but they're off of the main path. So you don't have to complete them if you don't want to, but if you want to take on the additional challenge, you can. The other thing that we have is multiple endings in the game, and this time to actually see both endings, you have to play the game from beginning to end twice in order to experience both of them. We give the illusion, again, of a lot more open spaces that the player can escape through, but again, since it's Jigsaw's world, nothing's ever that easy. We've got new versions of a lot of our mini games. This one in particular, you can't connect a red to a red. You have to connect a red to a yellow. And then once we do that, the door opens up. then I'm confronted with another obstacle. And again, though, Jigsaw always gives us clues to everything. So in this case, it's put on some pounds. There's a big clue there. And this looks like something heavy for me to push. And then once I've completed that task, I can progress forward. And we've got a lot of case files and background stories on all the elements from the Saw movies as well as the first Saw game, and they intertwine in a new and quite spectacular manner. And again, we have lots of these little vignettes going on in the game, setting up some of the backstory, just making it so that everywhere you go it seems unsafe. And again, Jigsaw is always here taunting us and moving us forward. And right now we're at about the very end of the first level of the game. And Jigsaw has given us a speech here, telling us what we can expect at the end of our next puzzle. So we worked really hard to create a lot of unique, creepy environments. Try to add a lot of motion everywhere we can. And what I'll do here is fail on purpose, just because it's the more interesting. All right, well, this was Saw 2. It's coming out in October because if it's Halloween, it must be Saw. It's coming out on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3.